In this lecture, we will learn how we can draw a plan in a StatPro software and convert it into three-dimensional building. Okay. So what about my project? This is my project, a plan of a building, and we are going to draw in a StatPro software, and we will convert this plan in a three-dimensional structure like beam, column, and slab, and we will create a G+4 floor building today. So open StatPro software, go to new project over here. It is very simple to create a plan. Go to new project, space frame, provide a name as plan. I'm drawing a plan of a building. In location, just select a location where do you want to save this particular file. Length unit will be meter and force unit will be kilonewton. Go to next and finish. Just close the grid. Look at this. Plan is always in a XZ plane. This particular direction is X direction and this one is a Z direction. So plan is always in a XZ plane. And we show a plan from top view. It is visible from top view. Okay. I take this coordinate as 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's a X direction, Z direction, plane is XZ plane, top view, and we take this particular corner as a 0, 0, 0. We will create all the nodes first, all the nodes. The joints we call node in a software. All these are the nodes where two or more than two beams will join. Okay. आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Please check your internet connection. Is there anyone who has a problem in voice? Just type yes or no. If my voice is clear, just type yes. Okay, Hemant. So I think just please, Vishal, check your internet connection. So guys, we will take this particular corner as 0, 0, 0 and create all the nodes first. Then we will create a beam in between the nodes. Go to StatPro. These view cubes are we use for the view. This first one is for front view, second one is for back view, third one is for left side view, fourth one is for right side view, then top view, bottom view, and last one is a isometric view. When we open the software, it is by default in a isometric view. So we will go to the top view because plan is visible from top view. So it is compulsory, it is must to take top view to draw a plan. Okay guys, then it's a coordinate table and we will create first coordinate at 0, 0, 0, first node. So just provide x, y, and z as 0, 0, 0 here, 0 in x, 0 in y, and 0 in z. Look at this, the node is created in your screen and this node is at 0, 0, 0 coordinate. Now these are the cursors. First one is a node cursor, second one is a beam cursor, plate cursor, surface cursor, solid cursor, and geometry cursor. To select any node, we use node cursor. If you are selecting any beam, use beam cursor. If you are selecting any plate, use plate cursor. This is a node. We need to select the node. So we will take node cursor from the cursor bar. Select the node cursor and then click on the particular node, or you can just drag a window like that. Node is selected now. Now we need to copy this node and paste it in a X direction or in a Z direction. Look at the plan. We just created this particular node and we just copy this node in a X direction, and the distance will be 4.4 meter. All the dimensions are in meter. Okay guys. So we just copy this node, just right click on the screen, go to copy, again right click on the screen and go to paste node. You can use a Control C and Control V button from your keyboard also to copy the node and paste the node. Control C for copy and Control V for paste. In a X direction, just we need to provide a distance of 4.4 meter and click on OK. Look at this, the another node is created over here. Now I just select this node and copy it in X direction, and the distance will be 1.8 meter. Select that node which we have created now. With a Control C, I just copy it. With a Control V, I just paste it. In X direction, I need to provide a distance of 1.8 meter. Okay. Node is created. Now what about next? I just need to copy these three nodes in a Z direction. And the distance will be 2.7 meters. Select all these three nodes, just drag a window like that. With a Control C, just copy it, Control V for paste. In a Z direction, you must need to provide a distance of 2.7 meter. 2.7. Okay. All the three nodes are created. Now what about the next step? These three nodes are created. This one, and this one. This is left. Okay. So just copy this node in a X direction, and the distance will be 3.1 meter. Okay. Select that, Control C copy, Control V paste. In a X direction, provide a distance of 3.1 meters. Okay. We have created this node also. Now we need to create these nodes in X direction, these three nodes. Select the first, second, and fourth node. Do not select this one. Select this node, and this node, and copy it in a Z direction, and distance will be 3.2 meters. Hold the Control button from keyboard and select all the three nodes. Control C for copy and Control V for paste. In Z direction, provide a distance of 3.2 meter. 3.2. And OK. We have created all the nodes. First task is complete, to create all the nodes. Now what we need to do? We need to insert a beam in between the nodes. For that, take a node cursor and select all the nodes. Drag window like that to select all the nodes. Now all the nodes are selected here. Go to the geometry in a menu bar. Then connect beam along X axis, because all the beams are along X and Z axis. So first I create a beam along X axis. Then again go to geometry, connect beam along Z axis. We have created all the beams along the X axis and along the Z axis. Look at this. All the beams are along X axis and Z axis. There is no beam along Y axis. So please don't go in a Y axis. Geometry, connect beam along. Do not click on the Y axis. Okay. Just go to the X axis first and then Z axis. Now we need to increase the height. Plan is complete. Now we need to increase the height of the building in Y direction. We just need to repeat this particular floor in a Y direction with a number of steps. Suppose I just want to create a G+4 floor building, which is 5 floor building, or G+3 floor building, which is 4 floor building. Okay. I'm just creating a G+3 floor building. Okay. Total floors are, number of floors are 4. Ground floor, first, second and third, G plus 3. For that, just go to the beam cursor, because we need to repeat the beams to repeat floor. Okay. For that, I just select the beam cursor and select all the beams and go to translational repeat command over here. Just click on that icon, translational repeat. When you click on that icon, new dialog box will open, and in this dialog box, you just need to select a direction as Y direction, because the height of the building will increase in a Y direction. So I just select a Y direction over here. Number of steps will be 4, because I want to create a G plus 3, means total 4 floor building. So number of steps will be 4. Default step spacing, it is the height of one floor. I just want to create a 3.2 meter as a height of one floor, 3.2 meter. And then click on the link steps, because we want to link the steps, link the floors each other. It will create a column. Okay, when you click on the link steps, it will create a column, which is the link in between the first and second floor. And then click on OK. Go to the isometric view and look at this. All the floors are created. If I want an open base, means there is no beam at the base, just press delete button from the keyboard. I just delete and OK. Now look at this. Building structure is ready. All the beams and columns are created. Now my next task is to create slab. For the slab, just go to front view and select all the floors. From the front view only, you can select all the floors. Go to front view, drag window like that to select all the floors. Hold control button and select the next floor. Here selected all the floors, and then we need to click on fill floor grid with plates option. Fill floor grid with plates. Look at this, 16 new plates are created. Okay. Now there is a 16 new plates in the structure. Just right click on a screen and go to 3D rendering. In 3D rendering, you can see all the plates. Now we need to provide a property as we provided in our first lecture. To provide property, just go to general in a page control area. This is a page control area. We control the pages. From geometry, we are going to general and property. Property means the material and a shape and size of the cross section of beam and column and a slab. Go to property and then click on define. When you click on define, the new dialog box will open and you just need to select a rectangle for rectangular shape. I'm selecting a rectangle and providing 0.3 meters and 0.2 meters size of beam. 0.2 meter, 0.3 meter is the depth of beam and 0.2 meter is the width of beam. And material is by default concrete. For column, I'm providing a property 0.3 meter by 0.3 meter or 0.35 by 0.35. Okay. I'm providing a property for column as 0.35 meter and 0.35 meter square cross section. For the property of slab or a slab thickness, just go to thickness over here. Click on that and provide a thickness. I'm providing 0.12, 120 mm, 0.12 meter. Now we need to assign that property to the structure. Select the first one, which is for all the beams. Take a front view and select all the beam. Make sure the cursor will be beam cursor. Hold control button, select the next floor beam. Do not select any column. Now all the beams are selected. We are using a assigning method as assign to selected beam. Just click on that method assign to selected beams, and then click on assign button over here. And yes, we have provided all the property to the structure. Select the next one. It's a property for all column. Go to the front view and select all the columns. Hold Control button from keyboard and drag window like that. Now we just selected all the columns. Method will be same, assign to selected beams, assign, and yes. The next one is a plate thickness. We need to select all the plates. Just go to plate cursor and select all the plates. All the plates are selected from the plate cursor. Method will be assigned to selected plates. Click on assign and yes. We just assigned all the three properties to the structure. Now please make sure no structure will be selected here. Right click on the screen and go to 3D rendering. And you can see a solid structure. What about the support? Just go to support. All the steps are same for any structure like building, beam, column, frame, steel structure. First we need to create geometry, then we need to provide property, then we need to provide support, and then we need to provide load. Then we can analyze the structure. In the first lecture also, I just create a geometry of a simply supported beam. I just provided a property, I just provided a support, and then I provide a load, and then I analyze it. You can see the results. All the steps are same. Go to support over here, go to create, fix the support, add, select the support, go to front view, take a node cursor and select all the bottom nodes. What we did, I just delete once to repeat it. Just go to support, create over here in a data area, select a fixed support. I just want to provide a fixed support. Go to add. Look at this, there are two supports. First one is a no support and second one is support 2, which we have created now. Select that support 2. Go to front view, take node cursor and select all the nodes. Assign to selected nodes, assign and yes. Look at this, all the supports are assigned. Now what about the load? Just go to load and definition, load case detail over here. Go to add, loading type, just I am selecting a dead load. You can provide a title as dead load. Go to add and close. Now one case is created for dead load. If you are increasing the loading type like dead load, live load, seismic load, wind load, we need to create a different case for different load. For the time being, I am just providing dead load only. So I just created a case for dead load. Then select that particular load case and go to add. In add button, you will find out new dialog box and there will be a self weight. I just consider a self weight of the structure. Just select that self weight load in a y direction because all the self weight will act in a y direction or vertical dimension and the direction of the load is downward. So factor will be -1. Add this. Then go to member load, uniform force. In that load, there will be a weight of your wall. And weight of wall will act on your beam as a uniformly distributed load or uniform force. Above the beam, there will be wall and wall will transfer the load in beam as a uniformly distributed load. And all the beams are members. Okay, we called it a member. So we just need to go in a member load and uniform force. and provide the weight of your wall. For the time being, I am taking weight of your wall as 12 kilonewton per meter. I am taking 12 kilonewton per meter for an example. Okay, we just need to calculate it according to IS 875 part 1. For the calculation of dead load, we use IS 875 part 1. For the time being, I am taking 12 kilonewton per meter. Add and close. Select the first one, and I just want to assign. If there is a question mark, means we need to assign that load. Select the first one, self weight. We want a self weight of whole structure, so we use method as assign to view. If you apply any property with the assign to view button, it will apply in whole structure. Just click on assign to view, assign, and yes, the property is applied. Self weight is calculated now. And second load is for all the wall weight. There is a wall and above all the beam. So just hold the control button and select all the beams. Assign to selected beams, assign, and yes. There will be different load for outer wall and inner wall because the thickness of outer wall and inner wall may be differ. So we need to provide a different load. In next lecture, we will learn how we can provide a different load in outer wall or outer beam and inner beams. For the time being, I just assign a 12 kilonewton per meter for all the walls. What about the live load? For live load, just go to load case details, add, loading type will be live, title will be live load, add, close, select that load case, go to add, where we apply the live load on a beam or on a slab. Just please write down in a chat box where we apply a live load on a member or a plate or a floor. Come on, fast. Plate, slab, good. So we need to assign the live load on a plate or on a floor. Just go to the floor load over here, select a floor load, provide pressure. For an example, I am taking -3 kilonewton per meter square as a live load for residential building. Go to floor, pressure -3 kilonewton per meter square. For an example, I am taking Y range. In a Y range, provide minimum as 0 and maximum as a height of your building, height of your structure. Take node cursor and double click on the top node, 12.8 meter height. Just provide a maximum height as 12.8 meters. Go to add and close. Look at this. We just applied all the live load as 3 kilonewton per meter square throughout the floor. Then we need to create a load combination. What is it? Look at this. The dead load is applied separately on a structure and live load is applied separately on a structure. Is it a condition in real project? In a real project, there will be dead load and there will be live load at a time. So we just need to create a combination of it. Dead load plus live load. Just go to load case details, add, and go to define combination. Write down the name as dead load plus live load. Default factor will be 1 because we are not multiplying with any factor of safety. So I just provide 1. Select the dead load and click on the first arrow. Select the live load and click on the second arrow and go to add, close. Look at this. Now it will show a dead load and live load in a structure. Okay. Go to analyze oblique print, add and close, analyze and run analysis. Save. Zero error, zero warning, error must be zero. Okay, go to post processing mode and done. Okay, you can see all the results in this table. The first one is a displacement diagram. Take a beam cursor, select any one beam, it will highlight in this table, and you can see the results for dead load, live load, and a combination dead load plus live load in this table in a Y column. What are the deflections? Go to reaction and you will see all the support reactions over here. You can follow this table for the support reaction. If you are selecting any one node in the structure, it will highlight in this table, and you can see all the horizontal reactions in Fx and Fz, and a vertical reaction in a Fy, and all the movement which are coming on that particular support, and due to dead load, live load, and dead load plus live load combination. Go to beam. When you click on beam, it will show you a bending moment diagram, and you can find out the value in a table. Just take beam cursor, select any one beam, it will highlight in the table, and you can see the bending moment value in a MZ column. And for shear force, you can change the diagram from these icons. Just click on Fy. It's a diagram of shear force, and you will find out value in a Fy column. If you want to see a shear force or bending moment for any one column or beam, just select that one column or beam, go to view and selected object only. It will show you that particular beam only. If you change the load from here, the diagram will also change. Then go to graph. In a graph, it will show you Fz, Fy, and Fx. When you select any beam, it will show you a diagram for that beam or that column. Okay guys, this is all about how we can analyze the G+4 floor building with a dead load and live load. In next lecture, we will learn how we can apply separate load for outer wall and inner wall, because the thickness of the wall is different, so load will also change. If you have any doubt, you can ask. In a foundation, we will take a load combinations which is maximum. You can draw a plan from AutoCAD also. Vishal, maza aa gayi. Thank you. Eccentric footing design. Yeah, we can do eccentric footing design also in a StatPro, stat.foundation. How do we know the limit of support reaction from foundation? What about the limit you are asking? Water tank in each floor is considered in live load? No, we are not considering water tank now. Please share the link of this video. Yes, I'll share you. Don't worry. We can import the file of AutoCAD in StatPro, but it will be in format DXF and a center line diagram only. Okay, it must be a center line diagram for all the beams and in a DXF format. If your question is missed, because there are so many questions, please write down me in an email. Okay, if your question is missed. As per IS code, there are many load combinations. Yes, there are many load combinations, and we will do in next lecture. Yesterday lecture and today lecture both send the link. Yeah, for yesterday lecture I'll try to send, but for today lecture I'll definitely send you. Okay, because there is some inconvenience in the yesterday's lecture. Will you cover beta angle and foundation design? Yeah, I'll tell you, there is nothing in beta angle, and in foundation design we will cover isolated foundation only. this 5-day training. Okay. But sir, I wish we need to same as AutoCAD feel better. We and same as AutoCAD feel better. In what term you are saying AutoCAD feels better? If your question is missed, just please write down in an email, okay? Because there are so many questions, so I can't read each and every question. Please write down in an email. I'll answer all your questions on email. Yes, there is an option of automatic combination also. Auto load combination we called it. Go to modeling, generate, load and definition, load case detail, add, and you will see a auto load combination. Select Indian code and generate loads. It will create all the load combinations which are according to IS code. For that particular reaction, we will design the foundation. Now we are not in a phase of it is safe or not safe. For that maximum load or that maximum reaction, we will design the foundation. I just shared you a link, Akshay. I think you got a mail of that particular file. Just click on the link and download the StatPro software. We can import manually or by automatic also. There is an option of auto load combination. Okay guys, thanks for joining this particular training and you are welcome for the next training. Please join, don't miss the training. Okay, we will do 5 sessions and you will get lot of things in a 5 session. You are able to design a building with dead load and live load. Okay, and you can also design a foundation in this training. Thank you guys, thanks for joining. If you have any doubt, any question after this session, you can just email me. I'll answer your question in a email. Yeah, I'll share you. Yes, we can do analysis, elemental analysis, sorry. Okay guys, thanks for joining. Please don't miss the next training. We will meet tomorrow at the same time. Good night to all.